What's up, guys? Okay, so everybody and their mother keeps asking me to make videos during quarantine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I'm eating right now. Today's day 0 and I just got here. This is what they delivered to my room. Basically, it's congee. It's like rice. There's like cabbage and shrimp and chicken. It's super good. I wish you guys could try this. For my drink, they just brought me some hot tea. I think you have a choice of tea, coffee, or juice. So I don't drink coffee, and sometimes juice is like too sweet for me, so I just got the tea. And you can get it either hot or cold. That's my breakfast. First meal of quarantine. All right, so day 0 lunch has arrived. It has this bamboo shoot, super juicy. And then meat, I think it's chicken. It's cooked with some sort of like spices, so it has this like kick to it. And next we have the seaweed. I think it's cooked with ginger or something, so it has that like fresh flavor. And last but not least, we have the veggies. That's definitely cooked with garlic. Tastes so good. And of course, you eat it with rice. All right, so that's day 0 lunch. It's super good, and I can't wait to see what's for dinner. All right, so dinner just got here. It looks like we have cabbage, chicken, seaweed, fish cake, stick things, rice, and then tea again. I don't know if I got myself locked into this tea situation, but it's all good because I really like tea. Breakfast time, rice noodle soup with tofu and pork. This is so good. I'm so happy when there's soup and stuff. And I'm glad they gave me a half portion because I specifically asked for it. The full portion is too much and I can't finish it, and I don't want it to go to waste. Okay, so for lunch we have this bento box. Usually this whole compartment would be filled with rice, but I noticed I wasn't able to finish the rice and I didn't want it to go to waste. So I asked them just to give me a half portion. So it seems like they filled the other half with some vegetables. These vegetables are super good. They're sauteed in garlic and it just tastes really fresh. We have this meat here, and then we have a fish ball, which is also really good. And then we also have this like bean curd tofu type thing, which is also really good. I'm usually more of a fan of tofu, but maybe it's just the way this is seasoned that I'm not that into it. All right, so we have dinner now, and it's so funny that I was saying that I only asked for half rice earlier because now they shoved it in the smaller compartment when the bigger one is supposed to be for the rice. But this vegetable is super good. It's just the typical like boiled cabbage. And then this is so good. This is like shredded potato, and there's like a little bit of chili oil, so it's kind of spicy. It's so good. And this egg is also really good. Honestly, it just tastes like plain egg, but it's not like salty or anything, so it tastes better. And then curry is my favorite, so curry is always a good one. Good morning, guys. For breakfast today, we have potato and egg salad with ham. That's really good because I like potato and egg salad, and this is kind of just like a combination of both. Then we have tomatoes, which I'm not a fan of tomatoes in general. And then we have salad with dressing, and there's like walnuts in here, and also corn, which I love corn, and raisins and cucumbers, so this is really fresh too. Wait, okay, I'm coming back to say that the sauce is so good. It's kind of like a peanut butter vinaigrette or sesame or whatever, but it's so good. Okay, lunchtime. So I don't know if this is considered half a portion of rice because the label still said it was half, but whatever. The chicken is a little bit drier than I expected, but it still tastes good, which is good. And then the veggies are really good. The seaweed is like kind of like seaweed-y, and a little bit spicy. I like the spice, but I'm not that into the whole like seaweed-y-ness. Kind of like tastes like salt water. And then this fried shrimp is really good. And then, but the bamboo is what's really good. It just tastes like, I don't know, it just tastes really good. Okay, time for dinner. I think it's funny that they moved the rice to this compartment and filled the big one with veggies because I asked for less rice. But the veggies are good. It's a little bit bitter for me, but it's good. And then these are like fish cakes, I think. But they're also really good. Kind of bland, but still good. And then, of course, we have a slab of meat with rice. That's good, fatty. And then we have this like bean curd. I really like this. If it was like maybe spicy or had some sort of flavor, it would be definitely better. And then of course just the regular like soy sauce, eggs, that I eat at home a lot. So these are always really good. And yeah. Okay, we have breakfast for today. Yay! So this is stir-fry noodles in mushroom sauce. Super yummy. I like how it's a little bit thick. And then some broccoli and a super runny egg, which is also really nice. Yummy. Okay, so for lunch we have some veggies that are okay, and then the spongy tofu thing that's also okay, and then we have this chicken, which I thought this was an egg at first, but actually it's like really sweet. I'm not a fan of it. And then this tofu is good, and then the rice is good as well. So this is probably the first meal that I'm kind of like meh about. All right, dinner time. So For dinner we have, I think it's funny how this rice compartment keeps switching around each time, but these veggies are pretty good, cooked in garlic. And then this, I think it's fish, but the sauce is super good. It's mushroom, which I'm not that into mushroom, but this one's really good, and it has like some pepper flavoring. It's like a pepper mushroom sauce, super yummy. And then we have fish cake here. This is like fish cake, and I think this is just some sort of steamed fish. And then egg, which I really like how they cook their eggs. It's not too like salty, and I just like it plain. So yeah, good. All right, we got breakfast. We got scrambled eggs with some sort of shredded meat. We've got hash browns that are good. We've got this sausage that's also really good. And the salad is also really good. And the dressing has a little bit of a kick to it, so it's like kind of a little bit spicy. I really like it. All right, lunchtime. So we have rice and veggies. These are cooked in garlic, but a little bit plain. This is like mushroom and some sort of like, I don't know how to explain this, but it's good. And then this fish is super good. I really like this. This is probably my favorite out of all of them. And this meat is also really good, but it's a little bit salty. Obviously you pair it with the rice, but it's still a bit salty, but it's still really good. All right, dinner time. So this one's actually half rice, some veggies, eggplant. I'm not a fan of eggplant, but whatever. The meat's pretty good. And then here's like the saltwater seaweed thing again, which is okay. And then this tofu pieces, which it's like fried tofu. It's good enough. And this fish, salty fish, I'll eat it, but I wouldn't like pick it. So yeah. All right, so for breakfast we have the traditional Taiwanese braised pork over rice. So we have veggies, we have tofu, which I'm so glad they have all those types of tofu because I love tofu. And then we have the seaweed, the one that I think tastes like salt water, but I do like that it's a little bit spicy. And then the egg, tea egg, and then the braised pork over rice. And that's breakfast. All right, so for lunch we have these veggies, a little bit bitter, but still good. Then we have the plain eggs, which I like, and then this chicken, shredded chicken, which is okay. It's a little bit dry. And then this, I think it looks familiar, bean sprouts with some like mushrooms and stuff, maybe from a previous meal. And then the rice, and then this chicken. Also, I see this eggplant, which I think is also from a previous meal, but it's all good. The chicken is really good, and then obviously a half portion of rice. Okay, this dinner is pretty good. So it's rice, and then this, it looks like mushy meat, but actually it's like the lion's head meatball taste. And then it has this like cabbage that's also, I think, supposed to go with that. And then tofu, I like this, bean curd a lot. And then fish, which is good. And then some spicy hot wings, which are a little spicy, which I like. So this is good. Okay, this breakfast is probably the best one I've had. Basically, it's just dim sum. And so there's like little dumplings and some shrimp rolls and this bun, really good. And then there's this veggies and the sauce. The sauce, it's like, it's kind of salty, but you just put it with the veggies. It's really good. And then this, okay, doesn't this look like a mushroom? Doesn't this look like a mushroom? Okay, no, it's bread. It's black sesame bread. Isn't that crazy? Yay, lunchtime. Okay, so this literally is half rice, as if they put the whole thing and then cut it in half and took it out. But all these tofu options, I'm so happy. This tofu is a little sweet, which surprised me. I thought it was going to be spicy, so that's okay. This is just like the cold bean curd, which I like. And then this is also bean curd, which I love. I love this type. And then the garlic vegetables, which is also good. All right, we have dinner. So we have rice and then beans and corn, which I love corn. Chicken, which is more flavorful than expected, so that's good. And then these veggies are super bitter, so I'm not a fan. And then the sesame ball, the outside skin is good, but the inside, I don't know, it's like kind of dry. All right, today for breakfast, we have congee, and it has shrimp, chicken, and cabbage. And it's so good. It's like a typical Taiwanese breakfast, and it's a perfect way to start your day. Okay, so for lunch, I feel like they didn't give me a half portion because this whole thing is full. And also they forgot my drink, so maybe this was just like a generic box. But anyways, so we have these clams, which are good. We have this veggie, which I think is bitter melon. I don't remember. And then this meat is so soft. It's so good. I really like this. And I think this is eggplant. I don't know. I'm not too a fan of the chewy stuff. And then this is like another bean curd style thing, which it's okay. It's okay. All right, so for dinner we have half rice, 2 different types of veggies. Both are good. And then I realized that these tofu I think are the same. All good. And this meat, really good. And then I also ate the tofu that was already in here because it was so good. But yeah, yummy. Also, every day for lunch and dinner, they bring me a cup of milk tea.